So for this week, we watched a TED Talk given by Titus Kaphar on whether or not art can amend history, and it was very eye-opening to me personally because I never really thought about it that way, I guess. And so for the first example that he gave for the statue of Teddy Roosevelt and the African American and the Native American walking beside him, I've seen that statue in person, and I've gone to that museum, at least a dozen times, walked past it, and I never really stopped to think, about like what that meant. And now that he mentioned it, it's kind of eye opening. And like he said, like his son said, why do they have to walk? And is that still a statue that we want to be portraying? Like that? And even the painting, it's easy to see how the artist was trying to paint, direct our focus, but he was stating that we should focus elsewhere, and I really do think that's true. But that being said, I don't think that we should be amending these paintings or statues in any way, because that takes away from the significance of what they meant at the time, and that retracts from us being able to look at those and go, wow, we've come so far as a society, and I can't believe we thought that way back then, and all that awful stuff. And really, part of the paintings which makes them so impactful is how awful the connotations they have. And by changing that, it's kind of taking away from that a little bit. And while it would make them nicer, and more updated for the times, I think that's not really what we need to be doing. We need to be saying, these things happen, these things were awful, we're never going to go back there. Look how far we've come. We don't, we're done with that. That's over. As that pertains to the Civil War statues, my point still stands. I don't think that we should amend them or change them in any way. I think that, they are what they are, and they stand for something awful. But that being said, you can't just wipe that away. You can erase it and try to ignore it and try and forget about it, but it doesn't mean it didn't happen. I think that the best thing that we could do is remember it and vow to never go back there again. And constantly being reminded that through art and through books and through history is the best way to do that. That being said, I don't think that these statues, and what they stand for should be held in places of such like distinguished locations, in front of government buildings, in front of libraries, in front of parks. They have these statues in such nice places, and in such like glorified positions, but it's not really right, because they stand for some awful things. I don't think they should be held in these glorified positions in these nice places. So I do think that the statue should be taken down. I don't think they should be removed from existence or altered in any way. But I don't think that they should remain standing where they are now.